Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Straight Talk for Energy Healers. My name is Renu Aurora. I am an energy healer. I am the creator of the healing modality called the accelerated release technique. So what I do personally is I help people I connect to the subconscious and help people find the emotional baggage that is at the root of their issues. And once you unhook the emotional baggage, they are able to let it go and be able to live the life that they truly want and deserve to live. I am also the author of the book called The Energy Healing Bible. That's my baby. And I am here on a mission. My mission is to help other energy healers like yourselves to be able to live your life's purpose. That is, to be able to share your gifts with the world, to help as many people as you possibly can, and to do all of that without being broke. Because let's face it, energy healers do not have the cachet that they deserve. I know you work miracles. You do extraordinary things. And you deserve to have all the respect and all the admiration and, frankly, the money that should come along with it. So, to that end, my objective is to help you have all the tools, the resources, the tips, the tricks, the people, whatever it is that you need to be able to be that success story, be able to help those people and live a comfortable life. And so today I'm really excited to have brought to you or be bringing to you Jess Verrill. So Jess is the CEO of House of Indigo, an energetic aligned press. She's an energetic alchemist, USA Today bestselling author, and conscious homeschooling mama. She believes everyone has incredible power within, an impactful story to share, and healing that the world needs. So I am super thrilled to welcome you, Jess, onto the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It is absolutely my pleasure. It is lovely, lovely to have you here. Now, everybody knows the name of the episode is Straight Talk for Energy Healers. So there's not a lot of bumps in here. We're just going to dive right in. So my first question for you is, in a nutshell, how about could you describe for us what you do?
Yes. So I help soul-led leaders become published authors through their own books. We do collaborative books, oracle decks, and workbooks and journals. It really, I'm hearing you talk and we are so aligned with our values. It's so important for me to help people who have these incredible gifts to have a bigger platform and bigger visibility. And so, working through the publishing aspect and the energetic aspects and helping support them in all realms of that is my passion and so much of what I'm here for.
That is beautiful. Now, so I'm kind of a big believer in having a published work, as I should for here. So the discussion topic for today was going to be storytelling in as a platform for connecting with your audience. Do you want to expand a little bit upon that? Like, why would you say it's important? Like, do you think everybody should have a book? Like, is
Yes.
that a thing? Yeah. So it's not
I,
just something people say, because there is the idea that, oh yes, you should all have something. But why do you think everybody should be published or have some work?
I think, well, there's a few reasons. So, storytelling is such an ancient practice, right?
Mhm.
And we have, we've seen it come from like cave drawings to telling stories around the campfire to social media. And somewhere along the line, we have thought that our stories aren't as important that they are. We get into this online world and we see someone who's like, "Oh my gosh, she's done all of this or she has all of that experience and my story doesn't have value."
Mhm.
And it's like the furthest from the truth because it's we so often forget how far we've come, all of the lessons that we've learned, the experience that we've gathered, and If we can even look back 5 years, we can see all of these beautiful nuggets of wisdom that are supportive to other people.
Mhm.
So, first of all, like for the impact that we can have by just sharing our stories, our experience, how we got from here to there, is really supportive for someone else.
Mhm.
It helps them immensely. And then from the business aspect of things, you know, we want to work with people that we like. We want to work with people that we feel like we know and we have a little bit of trust over. And if we're not sharing about ourselves, if we're not sharing about our own experiences, it's really hard to develop that with a potential client.
Mm, mhm.
And people are wanting that more than ever, especially in the online space. It's inundated with 80,000 coaches of like one specialty. And what is really going to make you stand apart is like, oh, oh, you're really into mountain biking too. I love that. Like, I already feel more connected with you.
Right.
Mountain biking's not my thing, but you know what I mean? But like for me, like I'm a conscious parent, I homeschool. And so, that's something where a lot of people that I connect with have similar beliefs in parenting
Mhm.
or, energetics and all of that. And knowing those things and sharing those aspects about our lives has the impact on others, but it also helps potential clients get to know who you are and feel more comfortable with being like, you're the person I want to work with.
Very cool. Very cool. I think you're exactly right. There's you gotta have something to know who you wanna work with, and those little bits of information. People's stories are what's gonna sort of give one person that little glow. That says, "Yeah, that's the
Right.
one. That's the one who's gonna get me." Yeah, that totally, completely makes sense. Okay, so my next question is what is your special gift? I call it your superpower that makes
Mm,
you amazing at what you do.
mm. I would have to say my passion.
Mhm.
I love, well, my passion and I have a lot of I have a lot of drive. Like I'm a little bit of like I like to learn things. So I'm constantly like, oh, if I don't know how to do it that way, let me figure it out and I'm going to.
Mhm.
So um yeah, it just really it's so important for me that these stories are expressed and that people are able to stand in their power and
Mhm.
know who they are and share that with the world because with the like I'm only able to make so much impact, and this is a big reason why I focus so much of my business in publishing is
Mhm.
when I was doing, one-to-one energy work as a primary model of my business, I loved it. And I still do some of it. But it's like I felt like I was having an impact on someone and of course then they go out and that vibration,
Mhm.
ripples out. However, when I'm able to support, say I do like a collaborative book where there's multiple authors, there's 20 people in it. I'm supporting all of them through their visibility blocks. I'm helping
Right,
all of them be seen a little bit more and connect more in with that power.
right.
That is so much of a bigger impact.
Exponential.
It's
Yeah,
like more than what I could possibly do. So it's like the collaboration and supporting each other is just so incredibly important, and I just live for it.
that is very cool. Okay, now I'm gonna go off script a little because I wanna know a little bit more about this or no, maybe the next, question is gonna oh, I just lost her. That doesn't happen. Oh, and there she is. Okay, she's back. Give me a
What
sec.
just happened?
I don't know, but you're back, so that's good. I was a little panicked for a second. All right, so I was saying my next question might probably tie into what I was about to say. My typical question is, you know that my audience is energy healers, so why
Mhm.
might they need the service that you offer? And then specifically, why might they want to work with you?
Well, there are like I'm not the only person who does this. There are lots of people who can support you in publishing and all of that. I have such a unique ability, as we all do, but for me, I've been studying and practicing energetics for about 20 years professionally, and I have the ability, like, to hold incredible space and allow people to move through the healing process that
Hmm.
writing is. I don't know if you remember that when you were writing your book, but people
Mhm.
don't expect it. Even when they're writing a chapter, they're like, I had no idea what was going to come up for me and what I was going to need to work through. And so I'm really able to tune into that and hold the space and provide energetics and skills and tips to help them move through that.
Mhm.
And I just it's so important to get yourself out there. And not only for yourself and for your potential clients, because I know, you know someone like you're watching this and you're like, oh well, there's other people who do what I do. There is someone who is praying for what you have to offer. There really is, and you have to be able to allow them to find you. Make it easy for them. They want to work with you. You have to make it easy. And it's like the other side of that too is that the more people who are really standing up in their power, who are conscious human beings and who are trying to have positive impact in the world, the more they're standing up in their power and accepting money and finances and being empowered through that, like, the greater impact we can have. It's like I'm, buying organic things and looking for fair trade and all of these things, and the conscious entrepreneurs that I know who are able to do that financially do that as well. And so if the other things aren't funded, they're going to dissolve. So we need to be more in that state of power and more in that state of abundance. And this is a really great tool to be able to support you in being seen and being known and increasing your visibility.
Very cool. Okay, so that didn't exactly get the question I was gonna ask, but it's no, that's perfect, perfect. Um, you mentioned about doing collaborative stuff, and I thought that was intriguing. So how does that kind of stuff come about?
Yes, I love them. Um,
Because I can't imagine me finding 20 people to say, "Let's all write a book together." Like,
they're
how does that
so fun.
happen?
So, I work very closely with all of my projects. I work very closely with my own, like, my higher self, my spirit guides. I channel, I'm very connected in with the energies of the projects and all of that. And so when a project is ready to come about, so right now I have a collaborative book open that's called Raising Wild Ones. And empowering the next generation of sovereign leaders. So it is all about supporting children
Mhm.
in different ways.
Yeah.
And, it comes through, and I'm like, okay, here it is. And I promote it, talk to people, bring together the authors who are intended to be in this and who are ready
Okay.
to. I take care of the production. Every person writes a chapter, and then I compile it all together. We do a lot of, like, marketing support as far as, like, teaching you how to leverage an offer by through becoming a published author, how to
Right.
use it to get on more podcasts,
Mhm.
PR, things like that. And there's a lot of, like, relationship centered networking in there too, which is my
Mhm.
absolute favorite. The community, because you're with like-minded people. It's like, these are my people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just love them. They are a lot of work, on my end, and thankfully I have an amazing team. But they're so powerful, like the power of collaboration. It's a really beautiful experience.
So basically, if I'm getting it right, so you kind of have the brainchild, like for the idea of what the book is going
Mhm.
to be, and then you bring people in to write a chapter each. So that's actually a really cool way for people to become published, and they don't have to necessarily do their own book. They
Yeah.
can be a contributing author to a book, and then it's still their book. So that's
Yes,
kind of cool. So that's
absolutely.
a fantastic way for anybody who's got a story, but don't think their story is necessarily an entire book's worth.
Yes. I mean, it's a bit overwhelming to think about writing, 50,
Nice.
70,000 words. You've done it. Um, yeah, oh, yeah, it's like it's a bit daunting. And
Mhm.
this is like the experience of going through it, being in it, but then having like 3,000 words,
Yeah,
3,500. Like that's like easy.
that's easy. That's very cool. That is something definitely more people should know about. That is an option. That is definitely a way of getting your name out there, getting your story out there without having to have the entire project start to finish be on your shoulders. That's pretty wild. Okay.
Absolutely.
Um, so that was, I think that was everything I wanted to chat with you about. So if people are interested in working with you, collaborating with you, picking your brains, how is the best way for them to reach you?
Yes. So, of course, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Jess.Verrill. I'm on LinkedIn. I've been dabbling around with TikTok. I'm just like trying all the things. Or, if you have something that you want to connect with me about, you can always email me at publishing at jessverrill.com. It's VERRILL.com, or go to my website, which is house-indigo.com.
Yeah, and that is that information that you gave me earlier is all in the description. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for being here. It was really this was a new one for me. I haven't had a publisher on the show, so it's a really nice avenue to teach everybody about. So
Oh,
I really appreciate this. And of course, thank you to my audience. I There wouldn't be a purpose in having this if you weren't here to join us. And I so appreciate that you come and visit me every week.
mhm.
And as I say it all the time, there is nothing more valuable than your time. So just the fact that you have taken time out of your day to spend it with me and my guests, I truly appreciate that and value that. Now, if you want to reach me, you can find me at acceleratedreleasetechnique.org, or my email info at acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. And finally, if you like the show, then please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, share it amongst everybody, and of course, come back and see me next week. Bye for now.